come back here to my home page, we can see that the SLAs that were originally here for me that I needed to work on for the Steve is broken, and also this one on the electronic pay, the resolutions ones have been completed. The work starts is still there because I didn't actually assign that to myself. That'll go away once the incident has been closed. We'll probably make it go away once it's been resolved. But I can still come in here to the list of all of incidents, and I can see that these two incidents that we created are in a state of resolved. There's some other things going on here that I just want to briefly highlight, but I'm not going to dive into detail. Again, there's additional training on these pieces. You can see that there are different assignment groups for these different incidents, and I did not manually pick any of the assignment groups. ServiceNow has assigned these incidents to particular groups based on information that is in the incidents, so specifically around the location of the incidents and the particular IT service that's been selected. Once these incidents are resolved, what actually happens is an email gets sent out to the customer saying that we've resolved the issue, but we want them to verify that the issue is in fact resolved, and asking them to respond within 5 days. If they respond within 5 days, the incident will actually go back into an active state and will show on a technician's home screen. And if they don't respond within 5 days, it will be automatically closed out by the system. So it would then have a state of closed here. The last thing for our technicians that I want to show is, again, you have the same interface to the knowledge base as an end user does, where it's grouped by topic. There's also a more advanced view that you have where you can drill into the articles and perform some specific filtering and more advanced searching. So you can see we have a region field here, which is not populated for any of these example ones. But if you wanted to see, for instance, all of the knowledge base articles that apply to Africa, you could come in here and create a filter for that. Again, that's explained in more detail in some of the other training materials. Last thing that I want to show for this piece is creating a new knowledge base article. So you can come into this knowledge base module, application, click the create new, and begin to put information into it. So let's create a new one that is specific to Africa. We can select any of the topics here. Let's say network, and let's say the network password for Nairobi is that information. And then what I will also do is I can put in metadata or tags for these articles that allow you to perform, again, a little more in-depth search. So I will say Nairobi, Kenya, wireless. And I will go ahead and submit that. And what this will do is create a knowledge base submission, so it does not go directly into the knowledge base. It enters a process whereby someone in your organization will have to go through and actually approve that knowledge base article for submission. And here are actually all of the open submissions for me to deal with. So that is kind of all of the demo that I wanted to show for the IT tech. There is obviously a lot more functionality in the tool. A lot of that is covered in the additional training materials, and hopefully some of that you will explore through the user testing that we're asking you to do this week. Let me pop back now to that slide. So similar to with the end users, the agency lead will contact you and distribute the list of exercises, the list of tests that we'd ask you to do, the type of feedback that we're looking for. Make sure that you have access to ServiceNow. Make sure that you have access to some of the additional training. So here is some of that additional training that exists for you. There's ITIL training. There's training on creating and working incidents. There's a problem management user guide. There's information on creating knowledge base articles and searching the knowledge base. And once again, we really appreciate you guys taking a look at this and helping to provide us with some feedback. So for the IT technician users, that's really what we wanted to cover with you today. So you're welcome to stay on for the rest of the demo, or I will thank you for your time and move on after checking to see if there are any questions. Okay. So then quickly, we're going to cover the IT manager training, and it's actually very similar to the IT technician training, but you do have access to a few more items and a few more permissions. So once again, we just need to wait for this to load up. It's generally not this slow. I think the web conference is making it a bit delayed. So log in. Okay, and what you can see is that it's a similar look, and what this has actually brought us to is the Knowledge Manager homepage. I'm going to hit that in a second, but one thing to note for the IT managers is if you come over to this homepage icon next to the logout button, and you may actually need to scroll the web conference to see that, you have a couple different homepages that you have access to. One is the ITIL homepage, which is your regular technician homepage. Second is your technician manager homepage. And this is not going to be particularly interesting for this demo because I don't have a lot of test information in here. But what you can see is that if you had expiring SLAs anywhere in your organization, not just in the groups that you were a part of, they would show up here. So once they